Hey everybody, welcome back to XCOM 2. Now, I have two things to address here. The first is the visual quality here. You'll notice it's kind of dipped a fair bit. And that is because this is my graphics card. Or rather, I should say it was my graphics card because it basically burst into smoke. Working on getting another one, but it's taking me a little bit of a time because they're not cheap and I don't quite have that much money on hand. So consequently, I am playing this without my graphics card, so we're back to onboard graphics, which means I've had to turn down almost everything. So yeah, things are not running at their usual frame rates, and they're not looking quite as nice as they usually do. But anyways, we took a vote last time, and it was unanimous that we should try to save Diaz, because pretty much everyone agreed the rolls for like shooting this thing were pretty ridiculously bad, and I really kind of wish that I had access to the combat protocol that Fuzz uses, because that would automatically hit. But instead we have Mercy. Mercy, in fairness, has been like very helpful. So we're gonna see if Mercy can manage this. If anybody hits it, I think it is the condition that it actually does fall over. So that's our thing. I'm just gonna check actually. Can we? Apparently I can gremlin heal. Immobilized and able to take actions. I think this is telling me that I can actually heal Diaz, but it's not actually showing that light there. So that would tell me that presumably I can't do that. But oh geez, yeah, that is bad frames. Okay. And you can't see anybody, so I'm going to move you up. And I also don't recall if that sectoid took Overwatch, but apparently not so good. Say 50%, so it's a 50-50, and we've definitely broken the timeline already because we have actually like taken a move before we did this. So the next thing I need to check is, can you get a grenade over there? I doubt it, but even a glancing blow. No, not a chance. Okay, here we go. Free damage. And you're off. Hooray. It's worth pointing out that two of the shots taken last time we attempted this were 70% and they missed. So, let's do a spot of murder. Nicely done. And then there was one, and he had 1 health. Well, I suppose that had to happen eventually. Huh. Okay then. It's fine, we can handle this. Now there is a crate over there that shows up on my targets list, but I don't know what it is. I'm just mostly presuming that I shouldn't detonate it, or else I probably would be. There we go.
Target down.
Yeah, but I'm definitely feeling that frame rate drop. But I've kind of had this on the list, so I have to do it anyways. Doing what I can to keep things okay.
Mission accomplished.
There we go. So Diaz took wounds, but is alive, and that is Diaz's 1 shot to be revived, so I shall mark that down in my records. So if Diaz goes down again, they don't get a chance. The vast bulk of our selection does still have the opportunities. The only people who have used theirs are Sarah and Diaz, and Luce was denied under Rule 5 of the Rules of Resurrection, so Luce is dead. Phew. Mercy looking quite happy there, understandably. You're sitting across from a hero who never dies. Hopefully. Ha! Right. See you back at base. Whew. Good to know that loading screens still load as fast as they did before.
Let's hope they all go that smooth, Commander. Great work.
Yeah, went nicely. So, Hex gets an upgrade. Let's see. So, Hex, I am building along the along the support rather than the heavy ordnance, which is what Diaz is covering, which means that Hex is going to take hollow targeting. Any directed cannon shot hit or miss will mark the target, increasing your squad's aim by plus 15 against that target, as opposed to heavy ordnance, which is what Diaz has, which is grenading or grenade only, so it's a bonus use. Basically, I think Adams had this, like Arcade, had this last game, XCOM, and yeah, it comes in handy. A lot of the time you forget about it, but between Shredder, which removes armor, and hollow targeting, you can really make someone very vulnerable. So we'll take those very happily. That is Lieutenant Hex. And don't worry, Diaz, I'm sure you'll catch up. Honestly, I'm surprised Hex got that. Okay, we got Repeater, we have 80 alloys, we actually have more, we got more that time than we did the first time, that's pretty sweet. Bunch of supplies, a whole ton of useful stuff. And a whole ton of rendering issues. Shield Bearer Autopsy, yep, I remember that. Okay, so, first things first, we are going down to engineering.
Hey, Commander.
To build items. Whew, this might be a short episode. Blaming. We want to be under armor. Predator armor. Squad upgrade. Suit provides increased protection and additional inventory capacity for our soldiers.
The aptly named Predator armor should give our soldiers increased longevity in the field.
Good! And also a nice choice of person to be wearing it right now. Looks a little bit Mad Maxy, but nice. So let's take a look inside.
To practice on. If he crashes this ship, I might just hand him over to Advent myself.
Please don't, we kind of need him. So if we take a look at our troops now, so take a look at Diaz. Yep, Diaz is looking pretty nice in that. It is definitely a kind... Okay, that needs to pop in quickly. I don't recall choosing that kind of armor, like, look for you, but sure. Okay, Yokai, you can show off your midriff, that's fine. We have weirder selections. Mikachi's still winded for a couple of days, but looking nice. Oh boy, yeah, Benelli, jeez. Hex, like, what is it with the midriff on this armor? Like, really? Adams isn't wearing it. Actually, is Adams wearing armor, period? That's my question. No, you're wearing the Resistance Warrior Kevlar armor. Does he have it now? No, he doesn't. Good. Don't know who you are. Yeah, again with the midriff. Midriff showing seems to be, like, popular with this particular armor. I don't know why that is exactly. Bunch of people I don't know. And Fuzz will murder me if I don't change that. So, Can I... Yeah, let's just change that up. Before... Let me see. I want props. Torso. There we go. Torso 0. Okay. Back to being, like... Fuzz. Okay. So I'm getting like 7-8 frames here, which I can't imagine is very, like, fun for you guys to all be watching. And oh boy, just look at that. Like, So hopefully by the time we get another episode of this done, I will actually have my full frames back. But let's, for now, yeah, there we go. 46 intel, hooray. Just 46 intel. Okay. Oh, and Viper Autopsy is now instant. How convenient. Let's go.
Although I would expect to be growing more accustomed to seeing the clear intermingling of both human and alien genetic material, I must admit, this reptilian creature with such distinctive human features is surprisingly unsettling. Invasion-era reports include references to a species with some reptilian qualities, but nothing as readily apparent as this.
There was a big hubbub about the fact that the Viper has breasts when XCOM 2 was in dev.
To say the least, that the subject so often referred to in the past as the Thin Man has now been revealed to actually be a genetic derivative of this wholly reptilian creature.
Interesting. So the Fin Man became the Viper. Battlefield medicine. The venom injected by the Viper into its victims is nasty stuff, capable of taking down even the biggest, toughest soldier. However, it also contains a number of enzymes that could be isolated for use in our medkits, greatly improving coagulation at wound sites. That applies even through the combat healing protocol of Mercy. So, pick a new research. What have we got? Illyrium will take us 11 days. 13... 3, but I don't really care. 4. The Shield Bearer Autopsy might be useful, come to think of it. I think we'll go with the Shield Bearer Autopsy.
Physically,
That's 4 days.
the Advent shield bearers are quite similar to the bulk of Advent's forces, in that they are the product of careful genetic engineering that generally mirrors the human form. Most of their unique qualities come from a difference in equipment and armor. Components I'm sure Shen would have an interest in examining.
Great! Hand them over in as large a quantity as you can. Okay, so I'm going to save this here.
Working
And-
at Advent clinics,
Ooh.
I saw medical breakthroughs that would have been considered nothing short of miraculous at any time before the aliens' arrival. The elderly and infirm so revitalized with a single treatment that they were often brought to tears. It's a powerful, powerful thing the aliens have developed. Perhaps their
called
most
hope.
insidious creation of all. For my part in it, I remain deeply conflicted.
New
Yeah, it's called
objective
hope,
added.
and giving false hope to people is not necessarily as benign as it appears. Build the Shadow Chamber. Okay, got it.
Having developed
Anyways.
a greater understanding of the aliens' encryption methods.
Dude, I'm trying to outro.
Designed specifically to analyze any materials we recover related to their Avatar project. I would suggest we begin immediately, Commander.
Are you done? Okay. So I'm going to save this here. We have rescued Diaz. We have access to the Predator plated armor, and we might have a lead on some better meds. We'll see. But next episode, we'll hopefully see me returning to full length and full frames. With that, it's all.